Come on, guys. Want a statement here? We're gonna let Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought the first 8 minutes were very poor. After we kind of got through that, I thought we played pretty well. And then, to the last 7 or 8 minutes of the game. But they were out rebounding us. They were outscoring us in the paint. They hit three of their four threes in those first couple minutes or first 8 minutes. And so, that it's not going to get it done from here on out. We got to play full game, complete game, full 40 minutes, as you would say, Wes, or as y'all would say. But we've got to have our best 40 minutes here. Yeah. We got to. Sorry, I'm getting confused. We got to have our best. In all seriousness, we got to play complete games. We got to have our best here moving forward, especially on the road. But it's a good win. It's next step. Every step matters when you're coming down the stretch like this. You're in a tight race. Every step matters, and we got the job done. Give St. Louis credit. They played extremely, extremely hard tonight. Coach Ford had those guys ready to go. It's not easy to do in this environment, and with the type season they've had, they're still fighting, they're still scratching, they're still clawing. He's doing a great, great job with them. So give those guys credit. I thought Johnny, for us, did a tremendous job. He got us going offensively, pushing the tempo, getting into paint, getting going in transition off those drags. And I thought Doug really gave us a huge lift. I thought his steal to take it from a 1-point lead to a 3-point lead, I thought it was worth a lot more than that. I thought he did an excellent job. And I thought those guys really stood out and helped us tonight.
What else worked in that 8-minute stretch at the end of the first half?
Well, we got stops. I think they scored 8 points in the last 8 minutes of the first half. So I mean, we were able to get stops, and a couple of those were Johnson's drive at the end of the shot clock, and then the 3 that we gave up at the end of the shot clock. But I thought. Able to get stops, and when you get stops, you can rebound the ball and get out in transition, and you can play a little bit how we need to play. So, thought we had the game going our way enough of the game that we were able to pull it out. But certainly, like I said, it's going to take 40 minutes here moving along.
As compared to last week, when you were trying to send that sense of urgency, Johnny said about 8 minutes in, he said, we were all talking, we all knew what we got to do, and then the game took off in your favor.
Yes.
Can you look in a week and clearly see what you guys saw as a learning experience?
I think it's what happens when you have a veteran squad. They're very coachable. They're good guys, and we have a toughness to us. And they knew we had to shift it up a gear. We had to shift that thing up a gear, and we're kind of stuck in neutral there for a little bit, and we need to get it into overdrive. So, I think our guys knew that, and they responded, and Johnny certainly led that.
Coach, you got some major minutes for some guys like Johnny. Obviously, Malik played a good amount. Also, conversely, got to sit some of your stars. Kind of just the thought process there, especially this point of the season with big games.
Well, I think anytime you can rest guys, I think that's important. I was trying to keep an open mind because Rhode Island played last night, and so they've got kind of an extra day of rest and prep. So I was trying to juggle that a little bit. That's the reason why we did that.
Rhode Island, any early thoughts about them?
And physical. You better bring it now on Saturday. I thought our post didn't post deep enough tonight. That was as poor as our posts have played in a long time. The whole group of them. I'm not singling anybody out. Whole group of them. We were soft. We were posting outside the lane. We were terrible. I think we were 8 of 22 or 8 of 24 from the field with the post. If you combine all 3 of them, like 5 out of 11, 2 out of 4, 1 out of 7. What's that? I'm not great at math. That's 8 of 22, if I'm not mistaken, right? 8 of 22. That's like mid-30s. Like we should be shooting. We give those guys 22 touches. We should be shooting well over 50%. And if we go in there and try that soft stuff on Saturday, we're gonna get tossed around like rag dolls in there now. They've got big. They got great bigs. We got really good bigs. They got great bigs. And so we've got to establish ourselves in there, and we cannot be forced out and shooting all these shots outside the paint and all that garbage. That will not fly on Saturday. So we got to, if we're going to we're going to win Saturday. You better strap up and be ready to go. Better strap up and be ready to go. It's as physical a team as there is in our league. Really well coached, physical outfit. We got to be good. We got to be much better than we were tonight. That's for dang sure.
How critical will those first 8 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, we can't feel our way into that one now. You can't feel your way into that one. We do what we did tonight. We try that act like we tried tonight now. It'll be curtains. I mean, we will we'll be down 24-6, and we're not recovering 24-6 on the road. They got a blue out. They got a blue out up there. We're kind of used to that stuff. Everywhere we go, it seems like there's some sort of, T-shirt, foam finger, towel, whatever it is. But they got a blue out up there. I mean, they're going to be, they're going to be fighting for their lives. We're fighting for our lives. So it'll be a rough and tumble game if we bring it. If we don't, we're not going to be able to recover from a huge deficit. I mean, we've got to play a full 40 minutes, complete 40 minutes. That's what it'll take. And then we'll see if our 40 minutes is as good as Rhode Island's 40 minutes at the end of that.
Coach, what led to the reaction of you doing exactly that during the game in the first half? Because I never saw you react like that, literally slamming your hands on your rim.
I don't remember doing that. I'm sure I did. When the kid Johnson hit the three.
Yes.
It's in the shot clock. Why'd you bring that up?
That just reminded me of
Huh? What'd you say?
Forest fire.
Oh, I mean, we went over all week. Like, they like to get Johnson the ball. He's going to shoot it almost every time. And we just were sitting there with our hands. Like, what else was the guy going to do? It was like 3 seconds on the shot. Like, what else was he going to do? Like, that's the stuff we got to clean up. Like, that was one of the threes they hit. So, I mean, that was a little frustrating. Sorry, I lost my cool there a little bit.
Coach, what about a similar reaction? I think it was late into the second half with Hamdi. He did something under the basket, and you were kind of halfway down the court.
I was trying to get him to sprint back on defense. I wasn't mad at him. Like, you just got to move on to the next play. Like, we tell our guys all the time, whether you have the best player of your life or the worst player of your life, all you can focus on is the next most important thing, which is the next play. You can't worry about it. He thought he got fouled. I don't know whether he did or not. Probably not. And they're certainly not going to call it when you're up like 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not calling that. That's cool. That's good. So, I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't sit down there so I was just trying to get him to. I was running with him a little of the way to get him to sprint back, on defense a little bit. But he missed some ones that he normally hits tonight. I got all the confidence in the world in Hamdi. He's a really good player. He's a really good offensive player for us. He's going to come up. He's going to come up spades for us here down the stretch. He's going to come up big for us. But he just missed a few that he normally makes tonight. His pace was a little bit off. He needs to slow it down a little bit, and we'll get in the gym, work on that, and be ready to rock and roll. But I was trying to get him back down that court a little bit, get back in. But he did a great job. He sprinted back, and I think he got the steal. When they did that, and I was really proud of him. The one time he got scored on one time, and he sprinted down and was able to save that on the over-the-top pass. So he was playing harder and moving on to those next plays a little more often than he usually does. So that was good. That was positive.
Talk about Johnny Williams' recent surge in production. 15 points on Friday and then 17
Great
tonight.
for our team. I mean, he's attacking and aggressive like that. He's so good. And he's been working extremely hard. He's been putting in a ton of time. He's got high basketball intellect, high basketball IQ. And so he's, when he's attacking and aggressive like that on offense, we're a totally different team. And he's the one guy that can really get us going in transition off those drags and double drags and attack the paint. And he does that. He's got such a, he's got an array of finishes down there. Probably make good highlight videos for you. But he's got such an array of finishes, which is good, which helps. He can change hands in the air. I mean, there's a lot of stuff he can do that's really tough to do.
It seems like whenever Jaquan has a slower night or a Mo, there's always someone else who has a big one. I think maybe in Richmond, maybe Hamdi and Doug, or maybe it was the St. Joe's game. I'm sure all coaches would want to figure this out, but how do you get everyone going at once? Or as many, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it
Doesn't work like that, Matt.
I know, but how is it that
You got to understand, if one guy plays well, that takes away minutes and opportunities from somebody else.
No, but I'm-
Like, you can't have all 9, like, have the game of their lives on one
No,
night.
but I mean percentage-wise, it always seems like someone.
I think, I'll answer it like this. I'm not dodging your question, but I do think I think our biggest strength is where most of the teams we're playing have 5, 6, 7 guys. We got 8, 9, 10 guys who can, and when we get Derry back, that'll obviously help. But we got 8, 9, 10 guys who can beat. We got 8 or 9 guys who can go for double figures on any night. I mean, Malik hits 3 threes the other night. He's 0 of 3 tonight. He's going to bounce back and be able to score. So, I think when you're versatile like that and can you got multiple guys who can beat you in multiple ways. That's why I get so frustrated sometimes, maybe on that 3. Like, the only way they were beating us was bombarding us from 3. And so, like, every 3 was worth, like, more than 3 points in my mind. So, like, but we've got multiple ways we can beat you. Some nights we shoot 50% from 3. Not often, but some nights. And then, some nights we can maul you in the paint and we can get you in transit. There's a lot of different, we've been able, we won at George Washington 54-53, and we've won 91-81, and pretty much anything in between. We can run a rock fight, we can run a track meet. So I think that's a real strength of our team, is our versatility and being able to, we can play 4 guards, we can play 3 bigs. We can do a lot of things in between, and so I think that's a strength of our team, and that allows us, with whoever's got the hot hand that night or whoever's playing well that night, to formulate a game plan and formulate a system around them. Does that help? There you go.
Anything else, guys?
All right, guys.
Coach?